Meko here.
Hey, Sam's over here. How y'all doing today?
Yeah. So listen, y'all, you guys know we're going, we had the divorce topic last week. So we're going to like pick up from where we left off as far as the divorce. We'll probably give some tips again, Sam, right? Or
right,
whatever
absolutely.
we want to do. Give, and, you know, and like we said, explain some of the things that we went through, how we got through it, and maybe it can help them to get over the situation they're in.
Absolutely, y'all. You ready? Who going first?
Yeah, so listen, so as far as your, I mean, I know I always talk a lot, so I just wanted to know, as far as your divorce, okay, so what happened as far as the divorce? Like, did he, like, what's the deal with that?
Well, I was married twice.
Okay.
So the first time I was really young, y'all. I was like I was 20. I remember I was so young, I couldn't even go buy alcohol. Like, he had to buy it. So with that was just a situation I should not have been in. I had some issues coming up, and I just wanted to escape. I'm gonna be honest. Mm-hmm. And he was the first thing smoking.
Yeah.
So that's
and it's easy to get sucked in when yeah.
He was the first thing smoking, honey. And so we had 2 children. It was a very abusive relationship, more emotional, more verbal than physical. He did put his hands on me. I remember one time in particular, I picked up a glass bowl and I said, "You hit me, I'm hitting you."
Wow.
You know, we're gonna hit each other. I've called the cops. The neighbors have called the cops. And it was a situation to where I prayed. I was like, "Lord, if you get me out of this, I promise you, I'll never go back." And he opened the door. And it was horrible. It was horrible, man. This man tried to take my name off the lease, and he couldn't because we were married. I mean, it was ridiculous, you know. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was an angel. Okay, I was 20 years old. I was a hot mess. Y'all hear me? But I was a hot mess. But by the time stuff hit the fan, I was 22, and like I said, he tried to take my name off the lease. And one day he just grabbed his electronics, girl. He grabbed his clothes and he walked out. He left. He left.
He didn't say anything?
He I'm gone. That's what he said. I'm gone. Okay. And he got his little car and he left. And left me with 2 kids. And I was like, you know what, God? Thanks. Yeah. So you know what I did? He was paying rent. I stayed till he got evicted. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
I stayed till he got evicted. And so I just went on with my life. The second marriage, it was years later. I married somebody in the church. You know, so I just really thought this was an answered prayer. You hear me?
Sam, how was that? Because you know what? I'm thinking, you know, like I said, as far as the dating, this is going to sound kind of crazy for the people who know me outside of this, but we be talking sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
we do.
A part of me feel like I want to date like a minister or somebody in the church. But then again, I don't know if I can, you know, did you curse around him? How was that? Like, is he, but I don't know how I can be. I'm like, damn,
that's a great question.
I would love to date a minister or somebody in the church, somebody that can teach me, because I'm always got to be like, dude, you need to pray. This is what Jesus says. And so like, no, I want somebody
that's
that's going to nourish me for that. But also, I'm going to need for him to be a freak and just all type of shit too. So I don't know. How did that work?
Girl, well, you know, I'm in ministry. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm in ministry. I've been in ministry since 2012, you know, and so he was the church musician. And what I learned, that what coming into ministry taught me was that I don't want religion. I don't believe God wants religion. He didn't even make up religion. He made up relationship.
Yeah.
He made relationship. So with that being said, if I believe who he says he is, then he accepted me before I even knew who I was. So it's not like a free will to go do what you want, but it is it's like you are free to be who you are. So that relationship, I was who I was.
Yeah.
I you know, we turned up together.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what I was like.
We turned up together. You hear me?
Okay.
So
okay.
I thought it was the best of both worlds, but I was dealing with a male whore.
Really? And you know, some people say they be in the church. Them be the ones that be in the church.
That was the one. That was the one. Okay, because where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
And long story short, he was talking to another chick who was in the church, and they both was smiling in my face, talking about, that's my sis, that's my bro. I was like, okay, God, you see this?
Wow.
You see this? You know, I'm straight up. You know, I'm straight up. I wasn't messing around, but I was like, okay, I know at the end of the day, God gonna reveal what needs to be revealed. And where there's smoke, there was fire. I did my research. He was talking to 7 other women too, inappropriately. What? Honey, 7.
Girl, he was a whore.
7.
Oh.
And I'm like, so it's just as worse in the church than it is in the world. And you figure because we're all people. You know what I'm saying? You're a person, whether you're in the world or whether you're in the word. I would hope that, you know, once you get in the word, you allow God to help you, you know, and you become a better person. But yeah, honey. So that's basically what happened. It was just, I was like, no, this ain't it. And then he started, we didn't have any children together. And he started being really mean to my children. I mean, mean. Bought them bicycles, took them away, gave them away, just really rude.
On the see, at that point, it ain't no minister. Like, he gonna think I'm crazy, baby. Cause nigga, you finna go. I mean, oh no. I'm my children. You can mess with me, but what you not finna do is mess with my children.
That's what you're not gonna do. That's what you're not gonna do. So, yeah, girl, he smeared my name in the church. Honey, like it was hell. He, you know, for a while, he had my pastor's ear because him and the pastor were friends first.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it was, and then we stayed at the church because that's where my work, I mean, it was tough. It was tough, Meko, but you know, we finally got divorced 2017. Oh. And now he want to be friends. And it's like, Yeah. I mean, I'll say hi, I'll say bye, but we ain't no friends.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
No, we're not friends. You made it clear that I'm not your friend. So,
so what makes him think that he could be your friend now? He just like, oh, I'm reborn again. Like what?
Well, you know how it is sometimes in relationships. They come back or they're like, hey, let's just be friends. And I'm just the type, listen, you had the deepest friendship. You had the closest friendship out of all my friends. Right. So if you couldn't manage that, if you could manage that, if that wasn't enough for you, if you needed 7 other friendships.
That's what I'm saying. Damn it. What the hell? What did you do?
If you had to cuss me out every day and be verbally abusive, then how about I'll just take me and my space, you know, and go somewhere else. So that's what it was for me. What was it for you? What happened with you, Meko?
I mean, you know what? And that's crazy because you're right. With me, it was kind of crazy because my ex, he used to sing. You know, he was trying to get the R&B thing going, and he was cool. You know, he was on the radio. They was bringing celebrities to town. Like, he had this thing going. And I was sticking by him because a lot of that stuff, I was paying for his outfits. I was doing this and that. This is the part you might be like, uh-oh, because a lot of my family and friends didn't understand how I was with him, because when you in that industry, like, work with me now, Sam. Like,
no judgment.
I would tell him, like, he knows, people already know, it's not a secret. Like, I used to tell him, he used to try to wear his wedding ring on stage, and I'm like, Dad, take that, I don't mean to say his name. I'm like, take that damn ring off.
Okay.
Open your shirt. Like, hey, you know, they're going to give you your number. Like, they're going to give you numbers. They're going to think you're single. I don't care, because he loved me so hard to where I was confident enough. And then I had my past relationships. It was like guys who was into entertainment or sports or something like that. So I knew that I was going to have to be a bit flexible, but he showed me how much, like the president could call him, Meko's still a top priority. Like, I don't care. Like, it was, I don't know, but I would tell him, you know, let the girls rub on you, like, show, you know, he had a nice body, so hey, show them certain things, like lower your pants, like, you know, where you want to stay.
Wow.
And then certain girls, like, he's like, oh, like, I'm like, no, pick that one, she's the baddest one, like, do that, like, and he was just like, oh, like, but I told him, don't shoot yourself in the foot, like, don't take my kindness for weakness, I'm trying to help you out, you know what I'm saying? Right. But and he respected that, but later on it did backfire. You know, like I told him, girls give you their numbers, just take it, but we're gonna toss it later. Like, that's how much he was loving me. But wow. I don't have a daddy, so maybe that was just me. Well, no, I can't blame that on him, because I was finna say I didn't know how a man was supposed to love you.
That's true.
So maybe that's why I said the daddy issues. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I did that not even because I didn't know how to feel. Like, he showed maybe the love that he was showing me I don't know, but
That
later
makes sense.
on, when he messed up really bad, later on, he started treating me like a queen. So all of those things that people was like, girl, you letting him do that, or you letting him do that. They didn't know, like, I had more access to my man than they had to theirs. Y'all saying all of these things about me, but I could call this man in the middle of the desert. Somehow magic is gonna happen, because if I snap my finger, he's there.
Right.
If I sneeze, he's there. He's there.
Right. Wow.
He knew my body. He knew everything better than I did at one point. So they didn't have what I had. But
right.
I understand, they're like, girl, you can't do that. I mean, it ain't like I'm telling the man to go out and sleep with somebody, but I know that the industry that he was in,
right,
I had to bend a little bit. I didn't have to do that. I don't say have, because I ain't have to do nothing. But I did that because I was his support system, and he showed me so much love to where
right.
any of these chicks, if I snap, they don't, like, if I snap my finger, you done. But he didn't. He was with me so much to where he ain't got time. Where? When?
Right. How?
How? When? How? Where? What's that? What studio? What? He couldn't.
Right.
And he still probably, like, later on, well, no, ours didn't even really stop with the cheating, even though it was bad. I did experience some bad things, but it was later on after that, after I had left him.
Right.
After I was done giving you all of this free space, because I'm doing this to help your career. Now you done got into this, no. And like, I don't play that. Like you said, like, I got to get, when I'm done, I'm done. And that's what you don't want. And so that's kind of what happened. And when I was done, he don't do anything.
No.
Anything.
Right.
It's like, dude, no, you had a good one.
Plan.
Ain't no woman finna sit up. I don't care if they trying to help you elevate your career. They ain't finna let no one, they ain't finna do all of that. And I was encouraging you to do this and that. No, you picked the baddest one. Nope, you need to do this. Nope, you need to do that. And it was working for us, but then he wasn't on the same page. Like, this ain't, it just didn't work out like that. And then once I left, I did, like I said in the previous video, I came back. And once I came back, it went so downhill.
Right.
It went.
Oh, so you did go back. Okay. You did go back. Okay.
Yeah, and that's when
you know what?
Bad.
I went back too. Because we weren't even married. The second marriage, we weren't even married 30 days. We weren't even married 30 days until I found the text message with the chick who they had a whole relationship, girl. I scrolled the text. I was like, so you had been talking to her. Y'all been talking. She's asking you, why did you choose her over me? And his response was, well, first of all, you're married. So she's married.
He just was.
Honey, first of all, you're married. You got a whole family. You got kids. One, not like, oh, I love her. It was, oh, you're married, So, but I went back too. We stayed, that was May 2013. I found out June 2013. By August 2014, we're separated.
Yeah.
And that's when my financial bottom fell out for me. Yeah. Like, where it got bad for me was because at the time I was working as a church secretary for the church. I was working part-time. I had just got my associate's degree. It was the perfect position for me. I was new to ministry still. I was making some money this way, and then I wanted to go back to school. So that's, and then he had about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jobs. Oh, so, listen, that Negro worked. The one thing about him, I give him, he worked. And when he came home, Meko, I ain't have to ask for nothing. The money was on the bed waiting for me when I got home. You know what I'm saying?
Same with me. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like you need to teach at school. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, the money was on the bed. Like he had all these jobs. He's like, hey, so if I give you this check and this check, can I keep all this? You sure can. You sure can.
Yeah.
You sure can. So that
he knew what he was doing.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, I ain't got to worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? But I got to put up with this. And then, like I said, he started treating my kids bad. So fast forward about 2017, we start back up talking. He's like, hey, I just want to tell you, I'm sorry. I apologize. You're the best thing since sliced bread, blah, blah, blah. No, it couldn't have been 2017. It was early 2017 because we were divorced by the end of that year.
Right. But look, he gonna come back talking about you. You know that come back. Oh, you this.
Oh man, all of that. And so I just saw certain behavior after a while. After we got back together, you know, I told him straight up, hey, I need you to go to the health department, take a test. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm straight up here. I go every year. I'm straight. So I'm gonna need to see some results. And so he handed me the results before he even opened his mouth. I said, okay. You know, the paperwork looked official. So I was like, okay. All right, well, we can work it out. And so he moves in and we're happy and all this stuff here. Well, I thought we was. And then, like I said, it was the same old pattern, same old crap. He was very showy. We went to the same church. So he changed up his routine. So instead of sitting at the keyboard, he would come and sit by me during service. Oh. So, you know, so he was just very showy. I didn't feel it was genuine because you could have stayed your ass over. That's what you've been doing. You could have stayed your behind over there at the piano for service. I know when you're going after service. I know I got, you know what I'm saying? We good. We good. He even proposed to me in front of the church.
Oh. I see what you're saying. Real showy. He trying to.
It was so showy. It was so showy, honey. But the financial bottom, Meko, when I tell you that bottom fell out, I Jesus. Looking back, I don't even know how we made it. I don't even know how, like, besides my health and my children, I'm talking about cars got repossessed. I mean, I got evicted. Like, all this stuff, like, on top of the mental, the psychological, like, effects of this. Like, people don't realize this I was already dealing with baggage from other relationships. Now, my marriage didn't work. Now, I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to figure some stuff out, but I'm in the middle of trying to write this book, you know.
So what did you learn from all of that, though? Like, what did you get from?
You know what I learned?
You know what, I'm done.
Well, I learned. I'm actually writing a book about it now. It's called You First. You First. And it's a book for women. That's what I learned.
How about that?
That's what I learned from both marriages. I was so focused on helping us, building us, you know, putting my stuff to the side for the sake of us. Wanting to see you do better. You know what I'm saying? Us. I wasn't really focused on me. Yeah. And everything. Because had I been, I wouldn't have been in that situation. The bottom could have fell out and I'd been like, okay, here go a plug. And I'm going to keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just didn't know that. I didn't see, like, first of all, for me, I never saw any healthy marriages. You know, I didn't know what that looked like. Yeah. My parents had a dysfunctional relationship. Dysfunctional. Yeah. And it was only at the end of my father's life that they started to reconcile. I thought they was going to be together. Yeah. You know, let it be told. But that's what I learned. I learned as women, we put our kids first. We put our man first. We'll put everything first, but us. Yeah. And that's where we go wrong. We have to understand that it is not selfish to put ourselves first and then do everybody else first. And the analogy that I use is, imagine a pitcher. You got a pitcher in the glass. You can't pour nothing out the pitcher until you put something in it. That pitcher is you. You know what I'm saying? You got to put something in it so that you can pour out to your kids. You can pour out to your man. All this stuff. That's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? And to also, what I also learned was that I had not dealt with some issues, my own personal issues from my life, and I was looking for I guess I was looking for these marriages for these men to fill that void, and it was never gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah. So what about you?
That's how it is. And you know what? And if anybody that's listening, if you guys are dealing with some of the same things, or if you like, okay, this man is just crazy, don't keep going back. Because you see, we kept going back and look where it led us to another breakup. Like, it's just not going to happen. And a lot of times it's like, you know what? This is hard. But then when they come back, it's like, you know what? At least he did pay the bills.
Right. Girl, we be trying to
justify. Do not do that.
We be trying to justify.
Man up. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to just deal with it and come up with something, come up with a goal, come up with a plan, and do not go back. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, and I know a lot of people, just like right now, trending with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and how Alex Alsina, or whatever his name is, him and Jada was dating. And so, you know,
they was.
A couple of times when I went back, like, we didn't have like an open marriage, but I'm telling them, I'm like, you know what, my kids, I do need you to help me, because this single mom thing, it was hurting. I'm like, yes, my kids do miss you, so yeah, you can come on back in the house, but you're gonna stay in the basement, and you ain't, no, just no. but still every now and then we might bump a little bit. No. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody is like, but I would tell him, if you find somebody, go on and date that person or go on and do this or that. So like a lot of people was just like, Jada crazy, Will crazy. I was like, and so I understand, but like I didn't have that kind of marriage, but a lot of these sticky situations, man, it could just be crazy. But I would suggest, if you're done, be done.
Be done.
All of this,
That's
oh,
it,
I'm
Meko.
still gonna go back because of my kids. Oh, I'm still dealing with her, or I still deal with him because of our house situation, or oh, I'm still dealing. No, all of those are just excuses and just
right.
And you access. Keep on trying to keep on something that's just, if it's not working for you, why are you going back? If
that's
y'all can't, if y'all not married, why y'all still living in the house together? Y'all understand this and that, like, because I did. You know, I would tell him, you need to go date somebody. I wish I would have found somebody. If I would have found that preacher back then, I would have been dating him, and I would have let him know, listen, my guy, my ex-husband, well, he was still my husband. We're going through a divorce, but he's here. And if you don't like it, like, you can try to help me, give me some sources so I can get up out of here. And if he's serious about it, oh, he's gonna give you those sources so you can get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But with us, we didn't do that. We didn't do that. I didn't move because I didn't start dating. But I would tell him, if you want to date, do that. You know, I ain't saying, oh, have some woman all up in the house so my kids can be all, you know. So our thing was kind of just like theirs. We in this house together because of these kids, and we make sure they have everything. We be at the ball games together. We be at all kind of things, that's living our happy old lives. But see, I was depressed, I was sad, I was angry, it was a mess, because that's not what I wanted to do. I was doing that for my children.
Right. And that's not a reason. As you learned. It's not a reason. Right. It's not like we can't just say stuff just to say stuff, you know, because there are ramifications. Like you were just saying, like you were miserable. Yeah. You were miserable. I was. Thinking the kids are happy, but the kids are watching. They're like, ain't neither one of them happy. Yeah. You know?
And then you're taking them through another breakup. It's like y'all already so now they're going to have to go through it again, because eventually I'm going to have to get out this thing because I can't do it. I can't do it. At this point now, you can't even touch me. At least last time it was like a lip boom, but now I wish you.
You're so funny. You're so right. Get stabbed.
Yeah, like I'm like, no. So once you're done, you have to be done. So if you are listening, I promise you, in order for you to excel, in order for you to exceed, you got to let God do what He gonna do. Because guess what? He already know you're gonna go back once the times get hard. He already knows what He's gonna do. But just be like, Lord, I got you. I see what you're doing. I ain't going back. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
That's so true.
That you know how to, your pride is not going to keep you. But see, now with these days in the social media times, people don't want to look like they broke. You know, they wear the same shirt 3 times every time you take a picture. Baby, do that. Or either, how about not take the picture? Get your ass up off of there.
Right.
Because you don't know all of these stuff that they doing all of this stuff.
All this for what and for who? And who cares? Because I know I don't.
And you have our young children looking up to that. You have the young ladies looking up to that. You have them, they can't even wear their own hair anymore. They gotta have the lashes. They gotta have, and it's like, no, baby. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that stuff, but
there's a place and there's a time for that. And if now's not the time, it's just not the time. Sometimes we can just gotta humble ourselves, Meko. Yeah. Sometimes we just got to live in our lane and be content with where we are. That's where happiness is, when you are content with where you are. Another lie people tell themselves with kids is, well, you know, I ain't have no daddy. My parents weren't married. I want this for my kids. And it's like, listen, this sounds like this about you at this point. You know, this can't be about the kids at this point, because, you know what I'm saying? Because you up here struggling and sad and depressed and can't think about your business. You can't focus on things that you really need to be focusing on, because deep down you really want to hold on to something that's not even true.
It's not.
It's not even real.
And then they get to praying, Lord, please help me with this. Lord, help me with that. And like, how are you gonna do that though?
He want to help you. Help is like at the door. Help is at the door, but you still trying to hold on to what? You know, just let it go. Sometimes, you know, it don't work out. that's only because God has something greater for us.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, God used that person to bring your child into the world because that's the person that helped created that child.
Yeah.
And maybe that was just the purpose. And you need
Yeah.
to be okay with that. And just because you don't get married, it doesn't mean that you did anything wrong.
Absolutely.
I promise you, it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. God, I wish people were honest because there are so many lies. There's so many lies out there. There's some people who say, well, we didn't have sex before we got married and that's why our stuff worked. And all these they're lies, but there are lies because this is what I believe about God. We are who we are, but by the grace of God. And that's it. There's nothing you did, Meko. There's nothing I did. There's nothing we could ever do to what we would deserve to have something. We don't deserve anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But God's grace, God is good. He gives us stuff every day we don't even deserve. I mean, there's been plenty of times I looked at, I was like, I don't even know why or how you love me. Like, God, that was, listen, you the man. You did that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I know where I was last night, and I know what I was doing last week and last year. You know what I'm saying? I know what I was thinking 2 minutes ago, you know, but you're still gonna bless me. So it has nothing to do with our works outside of who we believe God is, and just trusting Him that there's always greater. Like sometimes we got to go through now.
Got to.
Sometimes we got to go through now. But look at those books you wrote.
Yeah.
Look at the book I wrote. Now I can encourage somebody else who's going through because it wasn't just for me; it was for y'all.
Yeah, and it's gonna take discipline. It's gonna
Absolutely.
take discipline. It's gonna take a whole lot of tears. I mean, you know, it's different strokes for different folks. What we go through or what we're saying may not be what you go through. And hey, if He's done something like for you that has made you be a certain, you know, standard or what you are now, if you know that you overcame something, let us know because I want to read that.
Absolutely.
I want to see how did He bless you to overcome this domestic violence or overcome this financial strain that this man was putting on, or just to overcome. I'm only with this person because he's a man, and I never had a man to at least. Some of them, it's like, oh, he loved me so well, baby. No, he don't. You just ain't never been loved by a man like that. So when you thinking this is top notch, baby, that's not top notch. Or at least that's what I thought. You're right. You're right. Top notch. Like everywhere I go, he want to know where I'm at. He want to know what I'm doing. He want to make sure I got money. He want to make sure, you know. And a lot of that, I didn't think when people was like, that's just control. He just controlling you, and I couldn't see that because that was love to me. Because all about talking about this control, but this man loves me when I'm sick, you know. But man, oh man. Shit underneath there. So it's just like love yourself first, man. Love yourself. If you got any daddy issues or anything before you go into a relationship, fix that first. And like I said, I always encourage counseling before, during, and after.
Absolutely. That mental health, I'm telling, like everything else comes after your well-being. Like everything, like even your own physical health. How you gonna take care of yourself physically if you kind of messed up here? But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I think about it. What's it saying? Basically, if we knew if I knew what you was going through, Meko, I'd be like, you know what, God, I'm gonna take my little problem. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, Meko. You gotta put on my shoes. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay over here with what I got and thank God for what I got and keep it moving. And that's the thing. Like we think we're so busy comparing our struggle, not really realizing that's the situation we're in. We were put in to overcome. You know, we were put in that situation to create a way to overcome, you know. So just be encouraged, good people. I'm telling you, because listen, it does get dark. You want to talk about some of them dark times, Meko?
You know what? Like we said, we're gonna talk about some of the stuff. Like next Thursday, we're gonna talk about suicide. So some of that would come with the dark times. And we can pick up there so that the video won't be so long. But I do want to encourage people to speak on your dark times, though. You know, and stay tuned into us because I mean, if you want to hear it, I'll definitely talk about it next week. Because some of those dark times did involve me not wanting to be here anymore. You know, at one point, I didn't want me to be here or my children because I'm like, okay, if I take myself out or if I'm just gone, who's going to take care of my children? So therefore, I didn't want them in this world anymore. And that right there is really dark. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm saying you have to love yourself. You have to figure it out. And right now, during this COVID thing, this is a very, very tough time because some people was really going through some mess before all of this hit. And I
Right.
can
And then you
only
got this.
imagine what they go through now. But thankfully, I had a relationship with Christ before COVID.
Right, right.
I got a relationship during COVID, and I'm gonna keep a relationship with him after COVID. But
absolutely,
you know, you just gotta find that space and find that discipline to know I'm gonna be okay and not worry about what anybody else and stay off lines as far as social. Like, I don't want to discourage staying offline because then they ain't gonna see this. But
yeah,
that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
That's the thing. You gotta stay connected to positivity. That's the word, positivity. Just stay connected. Like, be online, but you know, we hope that this encourages you. You know what I'm saying? We hope that you can see the light in your situation from hearing us at our darkest moment. You know, and just connect with positive influencers, positive people. You know, if you don't have any positive people in your circle, you definitely want to consider your circle. I'm not saying that they're bad people. They're just not in a place to where they can help you. You know what I'm saying? Or where you can even pour into their lives. You know, I'm not saying you know, neglect them and never come back. There's a time and season for everything. You know, so if this is a dark season for you, then just link up with positive people. There's so many positive people on the internet you can look up to get a word to just help you get through. Because sometimes that's all I had, Meko. All I had was a word. I was so down, and I was like, Lord, I don't even know how you're going to do this. I done messed up too much. It done went too far. You know, all these things.
It's so many of us that's going through that, man. Sam, girl.
Ain't no way he gonna help me. He done helped me too many times. God done helped me too many times, and I just won't listen. And that's exactly where we need to be. Sometimes we need to hit rock bottom.
Yes, or it could be a situation, if you're listening, to where you don't feel like you're worthy of God's grace anymore.
Come on, honey.
You can be like, at one point, I just was like, you know what, Lord, I deserve it because I came back.
Wow.
You made a way out of no way for me. Like I said, I would have to leave. I had to go to Chicago to escape this man. It was that bad. Like, literally, I'm crying. And I'm like, God, if you get me out, I put this on everything. I would not go back. And he just was setting stuff up to where it was like kind of scary. It's like, oh, wait a minute, God. Like, wait a minute. I know you're a spirit. Like, what is going on? Like a real, like, wait a minute. So then next thing you know, it did start getting a little hard for me. But Sam, it wasn't nothing I couldn't have dealt with. But with him in my ear,
girl, that's why you gotta cut.
Okay. He see me living okay, but he still see, damn, I can't let her live too good. But and then all of those, the money that I didn't have, or the this or that, he knew where to come in there because he know me for years. So he know what to say, how to say. Don't answer the phone. Don't do nothing. If you got kids that's old enough to talk to him, let them talk to him through his phone. If it's something that important, those kids will bring you that phone to let you know. Absolutely. Talk to you, Mom, Dad. There's no need for him to be in your role like that. I mean, I ain't gonna say that mine is still in my role, but I know how to discipline. If you have the right discipline,
I was gonna say.
So I'm not gonna discourage anybody from just a disconnect unless this person is just horrible. I'm gonna encourage disconnection. Period. Burn it up. Bury it. Burn it up. Bury it. I will, but if you know that you can, you know what you can handle. This is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. That's great advice, Meko. You have to focus. You must be disciplined. You must be, because like you said, they know your triggers. They know all they gotta do is tell you you fine or you the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm so sorry. You keep him on track. You keep him, if the kids need to hang you the phone, hey, what's up? What's up? What we doing? What we meeting? Okay. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Or if you get horny, or you just like him ain't had none in so long, and you're familiar with him, and he's familiar with you, so you think, okay, let me dip back for a minute. You might be dipping back, but you don't know what that's doing to his spirit, to his soul, to his everything. So now you to beat you to death. I mean, I keep saying, nigga, I'm so girl. I got to get.
Girl, you good. That's real. We being real. No judgment.
But you know, you just it can be stifling, man.
It really can. It really can, especially for us as women, because a lot of us, if not all of us, we are like, it's our body, like they go in like our body. You know what I'm saying? And that means something. It should mean something, you know. And they know that, you know. They know that, and they'll try to hey, you got the bet, I miss you, I miss what we used to do, all that. I was like, anyways, about, I hope you can get somebody to help you out with that. and that's sexy. That's why I keep doing this. You gotta cut. You cannot be afraid to cut people, because what they're trying to do is pull you back in. So what do you want more? Do you want to get pulled back in? Do you want a depression, or do you want freedom?
Right, because it's gonna sound good at first. Like I said, when I went back, I told him I gave you what you needed. I was telling you to let the women roll. I gave you what you needed. Then even after that, when it wasn't no more women, when you wasn't even singing no damn more, I still gave you what you need as far as a good wife. You know what I'm saying? I was cooking, cleaning, being there for you, you being there for
all
me.
that.
I still gave you all that, and you ruined it. So a lot of times, like I said, even if they paint a good picture for you and be like, well, babe, or not even babe, it ain't no babe no more, or hey, let me live in the basement. Like I said with no, don't do it. Yes, it's gonna help you with the bills. So it's like, oh, he can help me with the bills, or I ain't gonna sleep with him. You don't know, in the middle of the night, you don't know what's gonna happen, even if it's just a little dip back. I think, like you said, cut it completely.
You gotta cut it.
If you're really serious about it, cut it completely off and open up so that God can bless you with what you really need.
Absolutely.
Versus you still trying to do this for whatever reason, money, kids, whatever. No.
Right.
On a good note, just before we get out of here or whatever, I just want to give a positive. If it's working for you, and if you went back, don't be scared, like thinking, oh, I'm gonna end up like them. It may work out for you.
Absolutely.
Situations, he might do a 360. I don't know. He might just change his whole thing because he know what he lost. And I don't want you to not listen to this man because you thinking, oh, he don't change, because people do change. People do change. You just gotta. If you see something though, use your damn brain though. That's what That's
it. That's a great point. That's a great point. Because people do change. I know I changed over the years, so it would be unfair to sit here and say that. But to your point, I mean, if he's exhibiting the same behaviors that you've complained about, that's different. But if he's made a 360, and he's contributing and he's loving and he's caring and he's for real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna be like that anyway for the first 2 or 3 months. Oh, they're gonna be
the bomb.com.
Yeah.
The bomb.com. But some men, to your point, they really are like, man, I really messed up. I really miss her. I really miss my family. I don't have, sometimes some people got to go out there and figure out that the grass is really actual turf,
And he'll turn out to be the best thing since sliced bread. And now all that was God giving y'all a story. There you go. And what's better than that, to have to live an actual testimony to have gone through the worst together. Yeah, so many unsuccessful stories, and so many of us.
Girl.
Yeah. Like, damn, who in my family that was actually married for a long time, and then the ones who was married for a long time, it's like, girl, he cheated on you about 15 years, so
we can't count you. We're not gonna count it because that was foolishness, right?
I had 2 papers on you, like no,
right, no, you wasn't fooling me.
Yeah.
So y'all be encouraged. Next week we're gonna talk about, like Meko said, suicide and things of that nature, and just how to get through that moment. Those are dark moments. I've been severely depressed.
Yeah.
I had never known what it was like, but I'm glad for the simple fact that I personally know now that there's a way out. That you will come out.
Sam, okay, we got 2 more minutes before we end.
What's up?
Can you how did you get out of that depression?
Ooh, Lord, honey. You know what? To be honest, Meko, it took time. I don't know how else to say that. I don't know how. I just knew that at the back of my mind, I kept telling myself, it's not gonna always be like this.
Okay.
And at that time, there was a song that came out. It's not gonna always be like this. And I had to value what it was that I did have. So what? I lost material possessions. So what? I had my children. Do you know there are people who wish they had people, like children, like parents, like I had my children and they were healthy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can start over with this.
That help you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have we all went through and we're all coming out, and they're going to know. What actually also helped me was that, our kids, sometimes we spoil our kids. People can spoil their kids so much that when they don't have something, that they don't know what to do, that they won't be able to figure nothing out. I know from my situation, even looking at my kids today, they know what to do.
Yeah.
They know what to do. If they ever hit rock bottom, if they ever lost everything, I know because we went through it, they know that they can get it again. Yeah. You know, you can always get the stuff. You can't get the people. So I just valued who I had. What about you?
You know, the same stuff. And like I said, I will, when I talk about suicide, I'm gonna talk on how I got out of that depression and things like that. But Sam, I know that this video is gonna help somebody, even if it ain't but one.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you how I know that. Because with me and you, he brought us together. Because I'm gonna tell you something, you're gonna think I'm lying. Because every time, and if my ex is listening, and God can hear me regardless if my ex is listening. When you said that you threw a glass bowl at him and that was y'all time to do, when our first encounter, it was all bad. I picked up a glass bowl,
honey,
and I threw it at him. Honey. Like everything that you said, I just wrote down what you were saying because it's amazing. Some of the same experiences that we went through. And then you said you threw that bowl and you was like, then you told God this and that. I promise you, I did the same thing. And you was like, I told God I ain't gonna go through this no more. I did the same thing. And it's so ironic that you picked up a glass bowl and I literally picked up a glass
bowl, honey.
I threw it at him and it hit the glass and he came at me, girl. My ear was bleeding. I ran out the house. I had on just some little shorts. I ran to the Shell gas station. And sometimes I be wanting to call them, but there was so many years ago. I bet you they ain't got that footage. It was a mess. I was in like a tank. Wow. Girl, it was warm. I ain't had no shoes on.
Wow.
But I had to, it was, girl, woo. It's just so, I mean, I know you probably didn't go through that, but my shit just be getting too deep. But
no, I'm just shaking my head. I'm looking at you today.
But I had to protect myself.
Absolutely.
But then he still got a hold of me. But I should have ran, girl. But I was new to domestic violence at that time.
Exactly.
I was so new. But we're gonna help some of these young girls get through this.
I know that's right.
Or what? But if there's
I know that's right.
Do you have anything else, Sam? Because we will save it for the next week's show if you guys are tuned.
Absolutely. All I want to say is look at you today. Look at us today. You know, for anyone watching, there is another side, and and that's all we really want to say. I mean, the darkest nights, all that stuff, the no monies, you know, everybody's path is different, but the end result is there's always a way out, and that's all there's always a way out.
Always a way out.
Always a way out.
Discipline and believe it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm good.
That's it.
I'm good, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
All right, guys.